What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stephen J. Just got off work on my way home. Celebrate my birthday. But I just wanted to talk about President-elect Donald Trump. And what was disheartening this morning, I was on my way into work. And I was listening to Get Up with Erica, what's her last name? Erica Campbell, her and Grip. And she was asking people to call in to see what they had to say about last night's election. Which Trump, Hillary Clinton, big time. And everybody was just like so shocked by it. And I've been telling people for over a year, I'm not shocked, and I kept telling people that Donald Trump was going to win. Everybody said I'm crazy. There's no way this man would be elected, and I was wrong.
And we're talking everything positive today. There's good things happening.
And listening to the people that were calling in to the station, Christians were just, oh my God, the world was coming to an end. The Antichrist has arisen, which they said about Obama because he was black. Must be the end of the world, black men become president anyway, but neither here nor there now. But just listening to everyone, how disheartening they were, and sad, and just dejected that Hillary Clinton lost, or rather that Donald Trump won. So I'll say that. So I mean, Gary Johnson or Jill Stein could have won, and everybody would have been okay with it. But what confirmed it for me that he was going to win is I had to go to Delaware last week and bury my aunt. And from Florida all the way up to Delaware, all I saw was Donald Trump signs. And that reminded me of 2008 when I drove from Delaware to South Carolina to go visit my grandmother. And all I saw was Obama signs on bumper stickers and yard signs and on the highway, billboards, and people were pushing for Obama. And when I got there, I told into Delaware, I told him, I said, Trump is going to win. I said, I don't see any Clinton signs, and this reminds me. And not only that, I have this thing where I see clouds, and sometimes these clouds, I see a lot of images, and a lot of people tell me that, you know, we see it once you say it's there, and then we see what you see. And on 3 occasions, I saw clouds that were shaped like Donald Trump. The first one was actually a New York Post of Donald Trump. It was a funny picture, but I actually saw a cloud look like that. And that was back, I checked my Facebook timeline because I posted it. And that was back in March of this year. Saw one on my way to Cocoa Beach, and I saw one over my development that actually looks how Donald Trump looks now. It was kind of scary, but you know, I kept saying that he's gonna win. But my question is to all the Christians out there: what kind of Christians are you? Not only listening to the radio, but even on Facebook. Oh Lord, what are we gonna do? Well, when did you put your trust in man? When did you put your trust in man? Okay, that was weird. When did you put your trust in man? That you're so dejected that Donald Trump got in office. Not only that, but a lot of Christians crucified Trump, this, that, and the other, because he's been married 3 times, because what he said, and so this. And you know, what popped into my head was Donald Trump represents us. Who he is us. What do you mean he's us? He ain't me. Well, let's look at it. How many Christians do you know that have been married more than once? Oh, I know a couple big name preachers that I can throw out there. Not been married more than once, more than twice, some 3 times. How many Christians do you know that cuss? I can go on YouTube and pull up a whole bunch as well. Some of them like to use it in their message. Oh, I'm only referring to the message. No, you're cussing. How many people say things in anger that just offend people? How many Christians do that? No, you don't know any Christians do that? Because I know, growing up until now, that Christians that do that. And just like Donald Trump, I say one thing and then, oh, I ain't really mean that. You know, I was just doing this. We make excuses. Well, he didn't show his taxes. Well, how many Christians you know claim things on their taxes that they necessarily don't have? Children, so to speak. Deductibles. So that a lot of times you see a lot of preachers and Christians, they'll say, oh, well, God knows my heart. You know, I got a problem with my mouth. Same like Donald Trump, he is us. But here's the thing. By the very definition of the word Christian, which means that we are to mirror Christ's likeness and everything, his acts, what he did, what he does, that is a Christian. And if you judge it based on what the Bible calls the strictures, we all fall short of that. So we shouldn't be coming down on Donald Trump, pointing the very things out that we feel is wrong, as if we have not done that or is still doing. And as a Christian, our job, as 2 Timothy tells us, is to pray for those in authority. Not only that, if you go Old Testament, God carried them away and he told them to pray for the city that I've carried you away to, that it prosper, because if it prospers, you will prosper. So I know a lot of back in 2008, 2012, you had all these videos of these preachers and they were cursing Obama and praying that he does. Why would I curse the leader of our nation to do bad? Because if he does bad, his decision that he make for our country is supposed to benefit us. And that tells you right then and there that you're not a Christian, because you're thinking about party over your soul. You're thinking about party over God, number one, because that goes against God. As a matter of fact, it says in both scriptures that this thing pleases God. So even if Jesus says, render unto Caesar things unto God, what are we to render unto Trump? Our respect, our prayers. Pray without ceasing. That is what the Word of God tells us to do. So we are to pray for President-elect Trump, that he succeeds. And I think that I'm at peace with it. I woke up this morning, turned on TV, Trump won. Wow, he blew her out. I thought it was going to be close, but I always knew he was going to win. But a blowout, man. And I wasn't surprised by it. The other thing is, God, why would you do this? I'm just confused by what's going on. I'm not confused. Think about this. And God's ways is not our ways. As high as the heavens are above the earth, so is his ways above our ways. Donald Trump was voted in by a lot of racist people, a lot of hateful people, endorsed by every hate group, Klan, the Aryan Brotherhood, all those people he was introduced by. And they voted for him because he's going to do this to the white man, do this for the white man, and do this to the black man, and Latinos, and everything like that. But I can see God in this, to the fact that God, who has the heart of the king in his hands, to turn this very thing around, and what they thought for evil, God is going to mean for good. Also, the difference between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, and I had such a big problem with, I just didn't trust Clinton. And that's the problem with the politicians versus Donald Trump. Trump gave you who he was. This is who I am. You don't like what I said? Okay, whatever. Clinton, I'm going to be who you want me to be here amongst the blacks, be who you want amongst the whites, around the Latinos, and around the businesses. I'll be who you want me to be behind closed doors. But Trump, he's who he was from the beginning of his campaign, whether you like it or not. And here's the other thing. This man has so much pride. He's a narcissist, to the point that I know he won't let America fail. How could he? Because technically America will be his business. And therefore, the man who says, I don't lose at anything, will not lose at being president, and will do everything in his power to make sure that people think that he's the greatest thing since Ronald Reagan. That's how much pride he has not to fail. Not only that, I'm a faith guy. All through this election, Hillary Clinton has said, if I'm elected. But all through the election, Donald Trump says, when I'm elected. When I'm elected. That's the same thing Obama did in 2008 and 2012. That when I'm elected. And I believe faith trumps that all. Trumps that all. So, but Christians, come on. Y'all need to stop that mess. I mean, what God do you serve? You talk about God as the God of all this. I look to the hills from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord. Come on, you can't say that in one breath and oh my God, Trump or whatever. No, God's got this. And here's my last point. I was a kid when Reagan left office. I was probably maybe 12, I think. Yeah, I think around 12. And I was so worried about Reagan, because to me, I looked at Reagan, I was like, tough guy, gonna keep us safe from the Russians and all this stuff. Watching news, I mean, I was watching cartoons and everything, but I was worried about our country. And that same feeling I had when Clinton left office and Bush took over when he beat Gore. And I'm saving and I'm an adult this time. I have my own home and I was driving past my kid's school. And God said, not affected, but protected. And all the doom and gloom when Bush took office, and yeah, it did get bad on his last couple of years, whatever, but I wasn't affected by that. What happened? Yeah, gas prices and stuff like that affected everybody, but I didn't lose my home. I didn't lose my job. I still have money in the bank. I was still able to pay my bills. So, Christians, stop it with this doom and gloom. Know who your God is. Man up and know who your God is, and know that God has got your back. If you profess that you know who your God is, then you need to stand up and like, hey, I ain't worrying about this. God got this. Because it's not who I put my trust in man, it's I put my trust in God. And no matter who's in office, Republican, Democrat, I'm praying for them. And last point, really last point, Christians, stop sitting on your greatest weapon, and that's prayer. We didn't pray for Obama. Look what happened. We didn't pray for Obama in unity because we put party over prayer. We put party over Jesus. And when you do that, look at the trickle-down effect of what happened in the decay and the morality in this country now. No, I'm not saying Obama is the cause of it, but a lot of stuff that he implemented, you might as well say he's a part of it. But come on. That's all I got to say on that. God bless.